Hello, my name is Sonali. Welcome back to another episode of Around the World. In the present era, international politics not only influences relations between nations but also plays a crucial role in fostering prosperity, security, and harmony. In this context, the elections held in the countries of the world every time point towards new possibilities and provide an opportunity for political parties worldwide to reassess themselves. Amidst global upheavals, the electoral season in Iran has begun. Iran is a country where the political structure is quite complex. While on the one hand, there is a web of unelected institutions controlled by the supreme leader, on the other hand, there is the parliament and the president elected by the Iranian voters, but these mechanisms work together. These two systems work together simultaneously. In this context, this year's elections in Iran are being considered significant for several reasons because they will address Iran's challenges, national security concerns, and the requirements of international leadership. Therefore, the question arises, why are the general elections in Iran so important at the global level? Additionally, who holds the key to power in Iran? Furthermore, what impact will a change in power in Iran have on other countries, including India and the rest of the world? So in today's episode, we will discuss these questions. Let's start the discussion. Iran, located in southwestern Asia, is the second largest country in the Middle East and the 18th largest country in the world. Iran shares land and sea borders with many countries, making access to attractive potential markets worldwide easier. Being strategically located at the crossroads of major trade routes between Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, Iran provides businesses with access to large consumer bases and markets. This makes Iran an appealing destination for enterprises seeking to expand their reach and tap into new markets. Iran holds a significant position on the world map, and beyond the global map, it influences the country's politics and strategies. It is noteworthy that the economic advancement of any country depends on its political stability as well. Following extensive protests against mandatory hijab-related laws in 2022, Iran recently held parliamentary elections. Iran's supreme leader, 84-year-old Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was among the first voters in the election. Through this vote, members of the country's Assembly of Experts will also be elected. Iran's parliament is formally known as the Islamic Consultative Assembly. In Iran, where the term of members of parliament is 4 years, including 5 seats reserved for religious minorities, the parliament monitors the executive branch, votes on treaties, and handles other issues. However, notably in Iran, practical power ultimately rests with its supreme leader. In Iran's political system, the position of the supreme leader is considered the most powerful. Since the Islamic Revolution of 1979, only 2 individuals have reached the position of supreme leader. The first was Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, the founder of the Iranian Republic, and the second is his successor, the current Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Khomeini elevated this position to the highest echelon in Iran's political framework following the overthrow of the Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi's regime. The supreme leader serves as the commander-in-chief of Iran's armed forces and has control over security forces. They appoint heads of the judiciary, half of the influential Guardian Council members, leaders of Friday prayers, and heads of state television and radio networks. The supreme leader's billions of dollars in charitable organizations control a significant portion of the Iranian economy. When it comes to India-Iran relations, India's first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru once said, "In terms of origin and history, perhaps there is no other example of as much similarity between the people of India and Iran." Before 1947, India's western border was contiguous with Iran. After independence, Pakistan became a new country, and now its western border meets Iran. While the borders may have changed, the shared heritage cannot be separated. Both countries have influenced each other in various fields, including culture, language, art, and dominance. For example, Both India and Iran have been part of the world's oldest civilizations. Strengthening their ties, both countries have also developed strong economic partnerships alongside their diplomatic relations. As a result of these deepening ties, in 2018, Iran agreed to grant India control over a part of the Chabahar port under an agreement. For India, the Chabahar port will serve as a gateway, providing access to Afghanistan and the Gulf Sea without relying on Pakistan's assistance, thereby easing India's reach. However, due to changes in power, India has faced delays in several agreements. Given the current global scenario, elections in Iran become highly significant on the international stage. This election comes amidst major protests in September 2022 and the conflict in Gaza involving Israel, rallying political and military groups across the region against the United States and its allies, supported by Tehran. These geopolitical tensions add a layer of complexity to an already volatile political landscape. At the same time, Iran's relations with many countries, including India's neighboring Pakistan, Iraq, and Syria, have been strained in the past. Iran seeks to elevate its leadership to the level of Russia and China. Through this alliance, Iran is supplying missiles and drones to Russia for the Ukraine conflict, resulting in economic benefits for Iran. Russia and Iran are among the most heavily sanctioned countries globally. Iran faces sanctions because it refuses international oversight of its nuclear facilities. Both countries help each other to avoid sanctions and continue trade. Iran seeks combat aircraft and other military equipment from Russia to strengthen its military capability, and this collaboration between both countries have been ongoing for many years. Additionally, Iran-China trade relations are also growing stronger. According to media reports, China is crucial for Iran's economy as it buys most of Iran's oil despite US sanctions. China and Russia have forged close relations with Iran because Iran staunchly opposes the US. In this current scenario, it wouldn't be wrong to say that Iran aims to become the most influential country in the Middle East, and without directly confronting Israel, America seeks to enhance its power by aligning with China and Russia. So that's all in today's episode. See you in the next episode. But before that, let's note down a question based on today's story. Iran is a very important link in the global geopolitical scenario. Comment. For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.